Hello YouTube. We live in the age of the internet. That's how I'm communicating to you guys right now. And with the age of the internet, the world has become smaller because I have no idea where you guys are from. You guys could be watching me from just my neighborhood or from the other side of the world, which I know some of you guys are doing. Hi. And with that, I really struggle with understanding why we have different release dates for films across the world. Now I can kind of understand that with some films that are not going to be big, you know, you need to kind of release them maybe just in America or just in small areas of America to see if people actually want to see this film or not before it can go international. But with films like The Fault in Our Stars, which you know is going to be big, and they already know that they're going to release it, why is it that it was released 2 weeks earlier in America and other places than the UK? The night that it came out, my Twitter feed exploded with everyone seeing it and feeling all the feels except for me, and it felt really rubbish because I can communicate and be a part of the conversation because the stupid film didn't come out. Anger. But luckily for me, my torture was cut in half because they decided to have a special fan screening of the film a week before it comes out in the UK, but a week after it came out like everywhere else. But still, I finally got to see The Fault in Our Stars, and it was good. It was good. If you still have not seen it, they are not joking when they say bring tissues. I mean, I'm not a crier and I didn't cry at the film, but I came this close. I don't think I've ever been that close at crying at the film before. Now, I didn't hold back my tears because I feel embarrassed about crying in public because I'm supposed to be a man, but because I could feel the lump in my throat, and the type of crying that was being forced out of me by this film would not have been, you know, the kind of beautiful, like, one tear going down the cheek. It would have been ugly, hulking crying, like it's so beautiful. But it really is such a powerful film, and I'm so glad it is because the book is so powerful. And honestly, I was really scared about how they were going to adapt it when I first heard that they were going to make this film. There's a lot of things which meant a lot to me personally in the book, and I think a lot of that came from a disability point of view, and I was scared that because most people probably can't relate to that they would kind of put it down or like not emphasize it as much, but they completely and totally did, and it was beautiful. It's just these two people with a terrible illness and their amazing love story, and it was great. I did have some issues with the first half. I don't know, something about the pacing. They cut out a lot of stuff which was important to me, some of the disability stuff, but I can kind of see why they cut it out as well. It worked, but just the last half, I was just so engrossed, and it was beautiful. One of the really great aspects of the book to me was the humor, and the humor was not lost with this film. Yes, people were crying, but like between the tears or while they were crying and, you know, sniffling and everything, suddenly everyone would burst out laughing at something funny. So you were kind of crying and then laughing, and it was just a beautiful mess of everything. And I think that type of humor is so important to me because it's my type of humor. It's the way that I laugh about my own disability, and the way I encourage other people through some of my videos on this YouTube channel even to laugh about disability. And I actually think that's really important to kind of bring down the stigma about disability, because people take it so ultra seriously, and it doesn't always have to be. I mean, yes, there is a serious side to it as well, completely, and the movie doesn't neglect this, but it can be funny as well. It's still humor on their terms. I mean, it's not like, ha ha ha, you're disabled, let's laugh at you and put you down because you're dying. No, it's them setting their own terms for what humor is acceptable for them, and just that other people, when watching, can laugh at it, I think just helps, and I love that. And I'm rambling, I don't even know, but I'm just speaking from here because I couldn't find, I couldn't write it down, I just had to like get it out. The other thing that was really important to me from the book was the relationship between Hazel and her parents. Although I'm not dying, that's something that I really related to in the book, on a level that I almost didn't realize. I read it and was like, wow, that's how it is. Because having a disability, I do kind of feel like a burden sometimes. Like, it is a burden. It is a burden to have disability, and that burden can sometimes go onto other people. And I know that most people don't mind it, but it is a burden. It is extra. It is something that I can't help but think about. In the book, Hazel describes herself as a grenade. She says that she is a great grenade who's going to blow up when she eventually dies from her cancer, which really isn't a spoiler because she's dying throughout the whole thing. So when she eventually dies from her cancer, she is going to blow up and hurt everyone who she's in contact with. In some ways, I almost feel the same way because whoever I come in contact with will be burdened by my disability in some ways. And it especially hurts my parents. And I know that they don't mind or whatever and that they care for me, and it's just, I can't. It's this relationship where my parents take care of me no matter what. They have to take time off work and rearrange their schedules to go with me to the hospital. They are the ones who console me and comfort me when I'm sad about my disability, because it does happen. You do get down about it. Most of the time, I'm fine with it or whatever, and that's also thanks to my parents because of their attitude and everything. They are the ones who sit by my bedside the whole week that I'm in hospital. Sometimes I selfishly feel sorry for myself, and I take that out of my parents. I've woken up in the middle of the night or whatever, feeling pain. My parents are the ones who have to deal with it. I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but in the film... Let's get back to the film. They took that grenade conversation that Hazel has with her parents, that she can't help but hurt them. They took that away and gave that to Augustus, and she had that conversation with him. I was disappointed at that. But I can see why, because for other people, that's the more important relationship, I guess. But then, the point that got me to tear up, and then from that point until the end of the film, I was just like, was when Hazel has that conversation with the parents that she is hurting them and that they don't have a choice in that, and that just resonated with me, and it was such a powerful moment. I'm so glad that they kept that in. Heartbreaking but beautiful moment to me, and I love the film, and I'm going to see it again, and I love my parents, and I can't express just how much they do for me as a person with a disability. And I don't even know, I'm just rambling, but I'm eternally grateful. And I'm so glad that the film portrayed that in that way. And I feel like maybe that moment between Hazel and her parents was maybe not the moment that got to everyone else. It was the scene after that made everyone just a wreck. But for me, that was the scene that just got to me. And from then on, yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying. But I'm grateful for my parents, and I'm grateful for the film that showed this relationship in this way and was just really brilliant in general. And I'm going to go see it again, and who knows, maybe I'll cry this time, but it's so great. And if you haven't gone to see it, I don't care if you've read the book or not, you really should, because it's a truly beautiful film. I probably would have made a much more cohesive and thought out, well, eloquent video had I written everything down, but I just had to speak and get these feelings out. Please let me know in the comments below if you have seen the film, if you've read the book, what do you think. But until next time.
Outro of Ninja!